Let's solve the problems of the world with Tim Blair from the Daily Telegraph and Mark Nicholson's Stepmate Studios. Good to speak to you again, gentlemen. I know this is, often turns into a bit of a motoring segment where we talk about motor vehicles, but we've got to do it again today. I couldn't believe this announcement today of all these trucks, these electric trucks are going to be running all around New South Wales, 60 new trucks. But then you read that taxpayers, we good old taxpayers, tip in half the money, over $20 million. I mean, Mark, if you're going to buy a car and you can buy a nice V8 for 100 grand, or you can get the EV version and the government tips in half the cost, you're going to give the EV a go, aren't you?
Look, the scam thickens. It's just another rollout of this net zero scam, I can tell you. But Albo came out, he released it today. He was like, today is a great day. And the majority of people have either called him out for being ridiculous or said, we don't care. We want better action on the cost of living. This is not going to do it. This is going to blow up in the street. Certainly going to blow up in his face, I can tell you right now.
Well, this is the thing, Tim. It's presented as some wonderful breakthrough. You know, wow, they've got electric trucks. They're making this work. But $20 million of taxpayers' money makes it work.
Yeah, about 300 grand per truck. You know, like any kind of freight company will take that any day of the week, as you point out. And this is the thing that they keep talking about. You know, we want greater choice for people. We want, consumers and companies to have greater choice about the vehicles they use. And then they distort the market by throwing $20 million at it.
Yeah. And apparently,
it's perverse.
Apparently, there's another 110 million have been sent out in similar schemes around the place. So every time you see a work vehicle that's electric, you know that you're paying for half of it at least. But meanwhile, the good news is that great Minister for Climate and Energy, Chris Bowen, we often accuse him of being focused on the inner city elites or whatever. No, he's a man of the people. He's been going around out bush. Here he is in the Territory.
Our brand new EV charger, also launching them today in Alice Springs and Tennant Creek. A lot of people are thinking about buying an EV, worried about whether there's enough chargers. We're rolling out a charger once every 150 kilometres on our national highway network to make sure no matter where you want to drive, no matter how far you drive, there's going to be a charger there for you.
Tim, I imagine he could have done about 16 takes of that little piece to camera because there wouldn't have been too many electric vehicles pulling in at Tennant Creek.
No, I was hanging out for him for image of him recharging a vehicle and holding the recharger as though it's a fuel pump. They always do this. All politicians, not just idiot Chris Bowen. They always hang on to it. Here we go. This, I think, is one of his drives around Parliament. Please let it run. Show him clipping the gutter. No, you always edit it at that point. It really upsets me. But when they talk about, levelling the playing field, what they're talking about is greater choice among things you don't want to buy. Like, you can have anything you want as long as you don't want it. That's the Labor message on electric vehicles. And as you note, we just keep paying through the nose for it.
Well, before I get your thoughts on Chris Bowen, Mark, let me share with you Anthony Albanese's thoughts.
My mate Chris Bowen, a local MP here, and the Minister for Climate Change and Energy, who's doing such an extraordinary job in taking Australia to where we need to go, because this is a transformation that will be good for our environment, but also good for our national economy as well.
I could imagine Xi Jinping saying exactly the same thing about Chris Bowen. He's taken Australia exactly where we want it to go.
It's such vague propaganda coming out of the Prime Minister's mouth there for the man as well. It's such weak praise as well. He's doing a good job taking us where we need to go. It's so bizarre, but now it all makes sense as well why they backed so much extra coal. It's because that's what's really going to be charging these things, because it's not going to be solar as well. So, man, what a ridiculous announcement today. It was so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. There should be stickers on the back of all those electric trucks powered by coal. Absolutely.